cannabis in the history of India. You all seem very interested in this topic, so let's share some of the history as well as some of the debate. I'm Lex Pelger. I do Canna Education for CV Sciences, the makers of Plus CBD, who is grateful to India for their unbroken 3,000-year-old tradition of using cannabis that still enlightens us today. So yes, in the ancient texts like the Vedas, you have a number of references to banga, which many scholars would say is cannabis, but you have at least a minority would say no, that is a wild grass and isn't related to modern day cannabis. For instance, in the Artha Veda, which was put together about 3,500 years ago, they mention banga as one of the 5 sacred plants and say how good it is for relieving anxiety. Of course, you can't talk about India without talking about soma, which is mentioned a bunch of times in the Mahabharata, which I've been working through for a year now, and also in the Vedas. And it is this drink that they drink that causes a psychoactive effect. And you have some Vedic scholars and some Western scholars like Chris Bennett of Cannabis and the Soma Solution, who says that this drink, which was incredibly important to early Hinduism, was made from cannabis. You also had early scholars saying it might have been the Amanitas mushroom, some other type of mushroom, some other psychoactive that has been lost. I would say I think the consensus of modern Vedic scholars is there is no way to know which psychoactive plant they were talking about. It is kind of contradictory and it's too far gone in history. That being said, I don't think it really matters that much what plant it was. Just like the Eleusinian mysteries of Greece, what really matters is people said, we are going to get together and ingest this psychoactive substance that seems to be a psychoactive substance that's aimed upwards, no matter which pharmacology it's using. And we're going to use that together as a group for spiritual purposes and to grow together as a community. So yes, soma could have been cannabis. I don't think it really matters exactly what it was, though. After the Vedas, you continue to have references to banga as a sacred plant, but there isn't an uncontested reference to banga as cannabis until the 11th century, so pretty recent. But it says how it helps for guts and how it will lead to a happy life. On the medical side, in the Ayurveda, cannabis is seen as a pain reliever and also as an aphrodisiac, though only at small doses, which is still something that people find to be true. And in the tradition, Shiva's favorite food is said to be cannabis. Lastly, to talk about the modern day, cannabis is still widely used in India, but still only 3% of the population uses it. But they do have the lowest price per gram on the entire planet. So there is, even though it isn't used by all the people, it is still an important plant in the cultural life of, one of those spiritual places on the entire planet.